Well, it has been an intense ramp-up of the conflict here in Ukraine. Over 40 missiles striking areas across western and northern Ukraine that had been relatively calm for several weeks. Now, that included more than a few being fired from Belarusian airspace for the first time. Now, this came ahead of talks between Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Belarusian counterpart, Alexander Lukashenko. Now, so far, Belarus has not really taken any direct part in the war so far. It's been used as a staging post, and there are questions as to whether that can or indeed will change. Now, as the war enters its fifth month, Ukraine is still fighting extremely hard. Further down to the south, we've seen Mykolaiv, that's on the front line near occupied Kherson. The mayor of that city has been calling on its population to leave. Well over half the population has already fled, and most of those left behind are often elderly who either who are unable to leave or who simply do not wish to leave everything they have behind. Now, the city itself, Mykolaiv there, is vital for blocking any Russian advance towards Odessa, the highly strategic target that Vladimir Putin has made no secret of his imperial ambitions wishing to take that city. If the Russians do so, it will completely cut Ukraine off from any maritime routes that it had previously controlled. Now, as Ukraine further has been pulling back further to the east in Donbass, it has been pulling out of Severodonetsk and is preparing to defend its sister city of Lysychansk. Now, this war has come down to an artillery war of attrition, and the simple fact is that the Russians have more to throw at it. Their bombardments have been vastly outstripping whatever Ukraine has been able to throw back. Ukraine itself is starting to run out of its Soviet-era munitions. It's still using Soviet-era weaponry. Now, while the West is sending in weapons, they have been arriving relatively slowly, although that is expected to ramp up in the weeks and indeed months ahead. Now, if the Ukraine can in fact hold out for long enough, its prospects do seem to be increasingly getting better. In the meantime, Lysychansk occupies the high ground. It should be easier for the Ukrainian military to defend, and that should give it the time it needs.